Welcome back to Newsmax's special coverage this Sunday night as the president prepares to head to Israel. Their defense minister, meantime, laying out the challenges for Israel in the days ahead. The defense minister, Israel Katz, writing that the great challenge after phase one of returning the hostages will be destroying all of Hamas's terror tunnels underneath Gaza directly by the IDF and through international mechanisms to be established under the leadership and supervision of the United States. This is the primary significance, he said, of implementing the agreed-upon principle of demilitarizing Gaza and neutralizing Hamas of all of its weapons. The defense minister is saying he's instructed the IDF to prepare for carrying out that mission. So who better to explain all of this? They're joining us now live, retired Lieutenant Colonel, former IDF spokesperson, our friend Jonathan Conricus. Jonathan, it's been a while. It's good to see you as always, sir.
Thanks for having me back. And yes, finally a good opportunity to meet.
Yes, and a good opportunity of an optimistic night, a night of hope, but we still have to be realistic about Hamas being a terror group. What will it take to make sure we can demilitarize them and wipe out these terror tunnels?
Yeah, this is a monumental task of generational historic proportions. We're talking about an organization which whole strategy, purpose, and desire is to fight the Jews, kill the Jews, and establish a Muslim caliphate in what they call Palestine. So it's not going to be easy work. And I think it will demand skills that President Trump and his team have displayed already, diplomatic skills to create the necessary coalition around Hamas. And then on the ground, I think the preference will be for the IDF to do the dirty work. I don't think that the IDF is looking for anybody else to do the dirty work, but basically to have the diplomatic environment facilitate, and then to allow the IDF to systematically and safely destroy what's left of Hamas's infrastructure, which, it's important to mention, that is critical for the future, because those tunnels were what enabled Hamas to fight and to withstand 2 years of fighting against Israel. So they are very important for the...
Jonathan, on that point of realism, everyone wants to be optimistic and have hope tonight, but we had Mort Klein on earlier talking about the number of Palestinian prisoners being released who have been in terror before and are likely to go back to terror. And then you have the question as to whether Hamas will follow through on releasing all of these hostages over the next 24 or so hours. Whether or not they may be planning any other surprise attacks anywhere. No one wants to be pessimistic tonight, but we also have to be realistic. How secure are you in believing, as a former IDF spokesperson, that Hamas is going to live up to their end of the bargain over the next day or two?
Oh, Hamas are liars and cheats and deceivers and a terrorist organization, so I have no expectations from them. The only expectations are from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey, under the president's pressure and coalition building capability, for those three countries, those three supporters of Hamas, to actually apply pressure on Hamas to do what Hamas doesn't want to do. That's the whole deal. And yes, we want to be optimistic and happy that hopefully, God willing, we will have all of our brothers and one sister back, 48 Israeli hostages after 2 years of Hamas captivity, 2 years to the day. Now, that's lovely and it's fuzzy and warm and we'll be very excited, but on the ground, we are still facing an enemy that is sworn in our destruction. So we'll have to continue to fight Hamas with all tools available. And if Gaza is supposed to be de-radicalized, as indeed the Trump plan says, and as indeed Hamas and the other signatories have agreed to, then UNRWA, the UN Relief and Works Agency, has to be eradicated there. And there has to be a totally different type of education system, because if that doesn't happen, I think you and I can agree that if we don't change the way people are educated, if we don't take away the hatred and the jihadi schools that they have, then we shouldn't be surprised to find a similar situation in the future.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of work ahead for all the optimism and hope tonight. Jonathan Conricus, appreciate your insight. Thank you.
Thank you.